Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from PocketNow.com, and this is the hardware tour of the Palm Treo Pro. Now you've got to admit that the Treo Pro is a really good looking device. It's covered in this glossy black finish, it's very sleek, it's relatively thin, it looks good. I agree with that, and one of the problems is that because of all of this shininess, I think they use too much plastic with this. It's a very lightweight device, and because of that it just feels a little bit cheap. So that may be a gripe that I have and you do not have. The screen is 2.5 inches across, and it's 320 by 320, and this is higher resolution than you'll find on the other Palm Treo devices, such as the 750 or the 700W or the 700WX. It's the same resolution that you will find on the 800W, which is that Sprint Treo that was released recently for the business user. Going down below, we have a few buttons. We do not have soft key buttons, so you'll have to tap with your thumb on the screen to activate soft keys. We have a start button here, calendar, email, and OK, and sometimes that closes the application. On the left and the right, we have really interesting looking call start and call end keys. I kind of like them out here. They're out of the way. The D-pad is really fantastic. It's got a really good ledge, if you can see that, that will allow you to feel for it when you're using it one-handed. I really like that, as compared to something like the HTC Touch Pro, which is really difficult, if not impossible, to feel for if you're not looking right at the device. In the center where it says Palm, that's where you press OK to select. It's a nice big button that has a good response to it. Let's take a look at this keyboard. The keyboard is larger than it is on the Centro, but it is still quite small and it feels really cheap. If I slide my fingers along the buttons, I can feel them move slightly as I pass them, which makes it feel a little low quality. I'll have to use this for a little while longer to give you a full verdict on the keyboard, but so far I'm not terribly impressed. Okay, over on the back, which is a fingerprint magnet, is the 2-megapixel camera, and let me slide off the back. It's a little bit tricky here. And there's not much on the back except for the soft reset hole, which is really awkwardly placed behind the battery and behind the stylus. It's right there. Bad place for the soft reset hole. Okay, over on the left side we have a volume up and down rocker, which is kind of made out of chrome, but of course it's plastic. To the right of that is the camera button, so you hold that down for a few seconds to activate the camera, then once inside the camera application you press it down to take the picture. Over on the bottom, we have micro USB, which is really weird. The only other device that I know of, I'm sure there are others that have micro USB, is the Motorola Q9H. It's interesting. This is an HTC-made device, and usually HTC devices come with eXT USB, which is kind of like a proprietary mini USB hybrid. Anyhow, that's kind of annoying because my existing chargers won't work with this device. We have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which is a welcomed addition. A lot of phones don't have this nowadays. And to the right of that is a microphone. Over to the right, we stop to see the stylus, which is a non-collapsible stylus that I like. It's small, and it's sturdy, and it feels good. It's not magnetic like the HTC Touch Pro and Touch Diamond, but that's okay. Going over to the right, we have a Wi-Fi button, which will turn on and off Wi-Fi. And on the top, we have a quick way to turn off all of the sounds on the device, which is good. All the Palm Treos have had this. It's a great feature. And over here, we have a on-off button. If you hold it down, it will turn the phone into flight mode, which, again, this is a quick and easy way to turn off all of the radios if you're going onto an airplane and not have to dig through a bunch of menus. And before I sign off, I just want to call your attention to this screensaver here. Right now it says the time and the date, though if you have a missed call or a missed SMS or a missed email, it will also display this. This is really cool because usually when you have to check for a notification, you actually have to turn on your device, which is quite annoying. It uses up battery life. This way you can just take the phone out of your pocket without turning it on and see if you have any missed calls, and you can proceed to turn on the phone if you do or anything like that. And as a final note, I just want to mention that this screen is a pretty bad screen. Outside, it's completely washed out. It looks like it has a white milky film on it, actually. Really hard to see. And even at maximum brightness, and you'll see this in the next video, the color contrast and the quality is just not good, unfortunately. This is not a good screen. And on that note, that's it for the hardware tour of the Palm Treo Pro. I'll be back with software coming up soon, so look out for that. That's it for now.